Hello, my people. Welcome back to this wonderful channel, the Info News TV. Thank you for being with us. If this is your first time of joining us on this channel, just hit the subscription button, the like button, and the share button. Also, thank you for your love and your support. Please share our news because you are the only one who can make this channel to move forward. Let's go to the news proper. This one is concerning Emefiele, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. It looks as if the dough is about to get a payback of all the things that he did to Nigerians. Of course, you know that he was the governor in the central bank this year 2023, that there was money scarcity, and he ordered Nigerians to return their cash to the central bank or to the nearest bank, and he also give a very close deadline for Nigerians to do that. Of course, you know that Nigeria comprises of about 200 and something million people, and Emefiele ordered that their money be returned within the space of 31 days. Of course, you could imagine that, which has not happened in any country in the world. Of course, you know that UK, having lost their queen, must change their currency to be that of Prince Charles, and nobody forced the UK citizens to do that. But Emefiele forced Nigerian citizens to return their currency within the space of 31 days. Of course, you know what people pass through, but it looks as if he's now receiving a payback for what he did to Nigerians. Let's go to the news proper so that you will see what happened. Secret Police (DSS) documents revealed Nigerian Central Bank Governor Emefiele sponsors unknown gunmen. IPOB ESN engages in money laundering round tripping. New court documents obtained from the State Security Service (SSS) obtained by Premium Times have revealed that the Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele has been funding unknown gunmen terrorism in the southeast region of the country. The secret police, known as the SSS or Department of State Service, accused Emefiele of funding terrorism on non-gunmen terrorizing the southeast region. The proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and its militant wing, the Eastern Security Network. DSS investigation revealed that the Apex Bank governor funded the group with resources he raised for his failed presidential bid in 2022 and diverted the public fund. It added that the funds and the vehicles Emefiele had planned to use for his presidential campaign were channeled into funding of unknown gunmen, ESN, and elements of IPOB as proscribed organizations. According to the secret police, Emefiele on several occasions and actions prejudicially to the security of Nigerian state engaged in criminal conspiracy to divert government resources into suspicious acts of terrorism financing. It said the action of the CBN governor were meant to subvert and sabotage President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Sahara reporters had exclusively reported how the DSS accused Emefiele of sabotaging the economy, financing terrorism, and committing other economic crimes. Top government sources shared with Sahara reporters how the investigation linked Emefiele to a well-known terror financier, whom the Apex Bank governor had sent funds for onward transfer to controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. Gumi is known for hobnobbing with terrorists and bandits and advocating that amnesty should be granted to them. In 2022, one of Gumi's associates, Tuko Mamu, was arrested and detained by Interpol in Cairo International Airport, Egypt, while awaiting a connecting flight to Saudi Arabia. Upon his return to Nigeria, he was arrested by the DSS over allegation that he was heading to Saudi Arabia to meet with some international terrorists. Meanwhile, the secret police said their preliminary investigation revealed that various act of terrorism financing, fraudulent activities perpetrated by Emefiele, and involvement in economic crimes of national security dimensions, including mismanaging the CBN subsidiary, NISAL, and the central bank's anchor borrowers program. The secret police also accused Emefiele of fraud, money laundering, round-tripping, and conferment of financial benefit to self and others. The agency sought a court warrant to arrest CBN governor, but Chief Judge of the Federal Court, Justice John Tosho, refused to grant the application, citing an irregularity in the procedure adopted by the DSS in its application. In the new court document obtained by Premium Times, the DSS in its application filed as an ex parte motion sought court permission to detain Emefiele for 60 days to conclude an ongoing investigation into his alleged crimes. The applications was reportedly supported by an affidavit deposed by a DSS official, Omar Salihu, who summarized the details of the investigation into the weighty crime Emefiele allegedly committed. Premium Times quoted the deponent of the affidavit as saying there is reasonable suspicion that the respondent, Mr. Emefiele, was involved in terrorism financing, aiding and abetting acts of terrorism, economic crimes of national security dimension, and for undermining the security of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. According to Salihu, the agency needed to apply to the court for an order enabling the applicant to detain the respondent for 60 days pending the conclusion of the ongoing investigation. The DSS official who spoke on the need for the court to issue the order said Emefiele is a man of means and can easily evade arrest and interfere with ongoing investigation if he is released on bail. The document also revealed that DSS claimed it was on the trial of members of a criminal syndicate of which Emefiele is alleged a part, saying that investigation is still ongoing on a wider scale as other members of the syndicate chain need to be identified and arrested to enable successful prosecution. Adding that the CBN governor used proceeds from his alleged syndicate to carry out his illegal economic crimes of national security dimension with potent threat to the country's security. One of the sources who exclusively revealed details about Emefiele's case to Sahara reporters in January 2023 said how they link Emefiele with terrorist financing was that he asked a well-known terror financer to help him to send money to Sheikh Gumi. Apparently, Emefiele wanted Gumi to support his presidential bid, but Gumi reportedly rejected the money, saying he didn't have a bank account. The money was given to a Gumi's aide by the terror financier who incidentally had been on the DSS watch list. When the terror financier was arrested, he refused to disclose the source of the huge amount of money who had asked him to pass it on to Gumi. But that is not the full story, as Emefiele was also believed to have committed murder to keep the detained terror financier quiet about their dealings, as well as his alleged involvement in economic sabotage. The DSS learned that the terror financier was being given huge amounts of dollars by Emefiele to sell, thereby killing the Nigerian economy when, as the Apex Bank governor, he should be saving it. The wife and child of the man, terrorist financier, were murdered while he was in DSS detention. He had heard that the man had confessed that he, Emefiele, gave him dollars to sell and then asked him to bribe Gumi for his election. They are accusing him of killing his terror financier family to scare him from revealing their deal to the DSS while in detention, another said. Sahara Reporters has reported how Emefiele nursed presidential ambition and attempted to vie for the office on the platform of ruling All Progressive Congress. After facing opposition from some quarters, including within the CBN, Emefiele approached the Delta State High Court sitting in Kwale, Ndokwa West Local Government Area, Delta State, to get an order restraining the Apex Bank and the Independent Electoral Commission from stopping him from contesting the 2023 presidential election. He eventually backed down after it was clear that he would have to resign from office to contest the presidential primary election of the ruling party. A federal high court in Maitama, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, also recently issued an order restraining secret police from arresting Emefiele. This ruling, delivered by Justice M.A. Hassan, also applies to the Inspector General of Police, the Attorney General of the Federation, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, and the CBN, who are listed as defendants. Earlier, a federal high court sitting in Abuja declined an application filed by the DSS to arrest and detain Emefiele over the grave allegation against him. In declining the motion ex parte filed by the secret police, Justice J.T. Tosho, the chief judge, said the DSS did not provide any concrete evidence to substantiate its claim that Emefiele was involved in the terrorism financing and economic crimes. Upon Emefiele's return to Nigeria recently after spending several weeks away, Chief of Defense Staff General Lucky Irabo deployed military personnel and intelligence officers to ensure that he was not arrested by the DSS.